All right. Yo, what up, y'all? What up? 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 What's good? What's up? What's good? What's good? Hell yeah, I'm sharing the screen this time. I'm gonna share the screen this time. I'm gonna let y'all pour in, give y'all a second. Hell yeah, this part two. We're gonna get this shit out the way real fucking fast. We're gonna get this shit out the way. And if nobody going live, we'll do a Thursday Day Mafia. We do something. I might go live or some shit. Might do a little bit later, or I might do it right after this. It depends. It depends how y'all rocking. It depends on how y'all rocking. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know exactly how I do. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen this time. Yeah. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I'm try to do it like this. Y'all rock out with me. I'm gonna let y'all kind of come in here for a second. Let y'all pour in. Yeah, salute to the chat. Salute. Yeah, we in the building. Yeah, we're gonna do it right this time. I was rushing this morning, man. I'm rushing now. I'm just trying to get this shit over with. It's like a little bit of a test run type shit. The next one we do, we're gonna know what to do. That's all good. Shit, what's up with everybody? Happy Thursday. It's Thursday. It feel like motherfucking Saturday today. I ain't gonna care. It feel like motherfucking Saturday. You got something to do, part two, boys. Chill. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen this time, Miss Vichy. You said do some documentary, I was on the right foot this morning, but I think right here we're doing a little bit better. Niggas be say I be on my janky promoter shit. I'm like, man, y'all gotta chill, bro. They talking about Bishop sharing the screen. Why can't you share the screen? I'm like, man, I don't know. That nigga must got his shit plugged into the router. Hell yeah. This was a good test run. I give him that. What up, Lou? Anthony, what up, though? Just chilling, waiting for the weekend. It's already the weekend for me. The weekend started yesterday. Yeah, the weekend started yesterday. Yeah, today like my Saturday. Tomorrow my Sunday and shit. Yeah, we rocking out. Are you telling them your name is not? That's why. Hey, I got you, B. She tell me. Oh shit! Now they been getting on my ass about that shit. Tom, man, them niggas can share the screen. Why can't you? I'm like, man, all right. Like, I can share. We gonna try to do it here. And if it starts shaking up and shit, we go from there. But until then, we're gonna try to do this. Try to do some new shit. Yeah, I can share the screen. It just once I start sharing it and shit, sometimes it get choppy or it might break down. Like the last time I tried to share that screen when I did that Stephon Diggs shit. That's why I'm like, man, damn. I had to level up again, bro. I'm gonna take care of this shit. We're gonna level up the YouTube though. Yeah, we're gonna level up the YouTube and shit. Try to make me a little studio, some shit. Give me some goddamn. Yeah, make it yeah, man. Y'all don't know, man. Mafia be coming up with ideas. Make me a guy. I always wanted to build me a motherfucking shed. I'll build me a motherfucking shed out here. Call it the Mafia Studios. Build my own Mafia Studios, nigga. Fuck you mean? Hell yeah, like a little guy cave. Like a man cave, but a guy cave. No, my shit outside. Cause, I like to smoke and shit. Being that bitch. Yeah. I ain't thinking no shit like that. Yeah, salute to everybody though. Salute. Sorry about earlier. I got called on. I had to do some shit. I had to hang out with my homies. So yeah, I be getting pussy, y'all. I can't be up here like I used to, man. I be trying to make time. I make this time for y'all though. We did good yesterday. We did good. Yeah, salute. Shit. Let's get into the video. Hold on. Let me see if I can play this shit. Try to let some more people pour in before I start playing it and shit. This kind of where we left off at earlier. Like you was here earlier. This kind of where we left off at right here. I'm gonna try to take it back a little bit. Okay, let me get into my character mode. Let me get into my character mode. I'm still kind of mafia. Shit, what's up? So let's get into it. The reason I put like the conspiracy shit, cause like it really is a conspiracy to this. I'm gonna let me go ahead and cue that up, so I ain't gotta click. Once I doing a lot of clicking on this shit start freezing up on you, boy. Hold on, put that shit in the Jones. Yeah, I was looking at some damn conspiracies. Yeah, we're gonna get into this conspiracies about this, cause I had to show y'all like the story and everything before we can get into the conspiracy and everything, so everybody know like where we're going, type shit, you know. Yeah, hold on. Well, I liked this one. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one. Okay, I got this queued up. So I got video queued up. We're gonna watch that one right after this one. Come on, let's get into it. Fuck everybody. We here. Shout out to my people that's here. Shit, y'all came in. Shit. Let me stop bullshit. Let's get into it.
And in one devastating weekend in June, everything came crashing.
I see it freezing up on you, boy. Okay, you can see it though.
Vengeance 2007 was supposed to be another routine pay-per-view.
Can y'all hear
One of the
it?
most anticipated bouts on the card was Chris Benoit facing the rising CM Punk for the ECW Championship. But when Showtime arrived, Benoit was nowhere to be found. WWE officials were initially told there had been a family emergency. Concerned but not yet alarmed, they made the call to substitute Johnny Nitro into the championship match, and the show went on. However, behind the scenes, the mood was anything but calm. For a man renowned...
Hold on, let me pause it real quick. I got a commercial.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. You just need a concept.
Fuck Riverside. I tried that shit.
And a way to record.
Riverside ass, y'all.
Here's how it works.
Man renowned across the entire industry.
Let me pause it right there. Hey, Lou, you can't say that. I mean, I'm not saying you can't say that, but Lou, hold on. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. He said it's not a conspiracy. Benoit had a mental breakdown and took everyone out. Lou, that's the story they want you to tell. That's the story they want everybody to know. You know, you gotta you can't take everything as face value. You gotta remember, these guys were stars. You gotta remember, these guys used to piss off people. You never knew who they pissed off. Like, it's crazy, bro. And the reason I say it kind of is a conspiracy. What kind of guys, if you're going on a killing spree like that, you'll kill the whole house in one round. This guy, they saying he killed the wife on a Friday, then he killed the son on a Saturday, and then he killed himself on a Sunday. Like, come on, that don't make no sense. That doesn't make sense. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got, I don't know. It's just like, I'm just putting the 6 cents out there. Like, come on. We can hear both of them shrink the screens. Oh, I got it. Lucy, I gotta shrink the screen. You know, just put some words, you know, just putting shit out there, that's all. You do know what you want. All right, let's keep going.
Industry for his professionalism. This was deeply out of character. Alarm bells were ringing. What WWE didn't know was that the story Benoit...
Oh, you mean blow it up?
Feeding his colleagues over the previous days, that Nancy and Daniel were sick with food poisoning, that they'd been taken to hospital, that everything was under control.
I got you, Lou. Thank you, Lou. You gotta give it a second. It's my shit a little choppy sometimes.
Was a carefully constructed fiction designed to buy time. In phone calls to his travel partner, Chavo Guerrero, Benoit had sounded groggy and distant. Something wasn't right, and Chavo knew it. Then came the text messages. In the early hours of Sunday morning, both Chris and Nancy's phones sent identical messages to Chavo containing Benoit's home address, a note that the dogs were secured in the pool area,
This one
and that
started
the
getting
back door
fishy
was
for
open.
me. This one right
There
there
was no
started getting
explanation
fishy.
or context behind the messages. Chavo, piecing it together with everything else, went straight to the higher-ups. John Laurinaitis, the head of talent relations, took one look at the messages and immediately requested a welfare check at the Fayetteville property. What the Fayette County Sheriff's Department found inside that house on the afternoon of June 25th was something that even experienced officers were completely unprepared for. Nancy's body was discovered in an upstairs room, her hands and feet bound, a Bible placed beside her. Her son, Daniel, was found
Let me go to it.
sedated with Xanax before his life was taken. His father had placed a Bible next to him too, and in the basement gym, Chris Benoit was found suspended from the
We're gonna pause it right there. I'm gonna pause it on the picture.
cord of his weight machine. He was 40 years old.
Pause it on the good picture. We're gonna pause it on Vince. Fuck it. We'll pause it on Vince. Let me put my critique in there, a little bit critiques in there. So you see, like how they saying, like, it was over days which the tragedy occurred and everything. And that's, I'm like, yo, I don't know. Most killing shit, 'cause I watch a lot of killing shit. Most killing shit, when I see somebody kill, they going ahead with the killer. He'll just go ahead and take care of everything in one round. Never have I ever seen a killer will take days killing the victims. I mean, it has happened, it has happened, but like in this type of case, that's not like it's kind of fishy. Like it's kind of fishy. That's all I can say. And then when people say they got there, like the text messages and shit, when the police got there, the door was wide open. Why was the door wide open? The dogs out and about. Did the killer forget to close the door? Did he forget to close the door before he killed himself? Like, come on, like, I don't know. I'm just putting shit out there. Just, opening your minds. Because you never know about a situation. You just never know. The world is fucking crazy.
WWE was formally notified by police at around 4:15 that afternoon. Within hours, the company that had aired a heartfelt 3-hour tribute to Benoit the previous night, believing that he had perished alongside his family in some terrible accident, was now grappling with a truth so dark it was almost impossible to process. The wrestling world would never be the same again.
Yeah. And y'all gotta remember. Man, I got a commercial.
After work.
Damn. This is why we niggas be doing that YouTube premium and they be sharing the videos and shit. That's why. Oh shit. Y'all give it a second. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll let it play out. Yeah, nigga got commercials on his shit. I tell you, I love commercials. No stress. Oh shit. Oh, let me go to it. I can skip it.
Yes. World
Shut up.
At 4.
Let me go back, put my critique in a little bit. Let me stop the video. And the reason I did, hold on, let me leave. Let's see what Lou's saying. What Lou's saying? Anthony, I can tell you some wild shit. The psychological of a killer is something different. Lou, you got to remember, he wasn't a killer. He went crazy. If they want to say that, he wasn't never a killer. He just went crazy. He was a wrestler. It's just weird, man. I'm trying to tell you, Lou. Like, it's the reason I say it because the next video I play is gonna put a little bit more context into it and stuff. Cause you gotta remember, like, after he passed and stuff, Vince McMahon gave they did a motherfucking tribute video. And then to find out, what happened occurred, that nigga Vince was pissed off. Because it made the company look bad and shit. Because the company was already going through shit around that time. Like, that's when the steroids and shit, that was like the early 2000s. When they had the steroids and shit going on. A little bit in the 90s, a little bit. Towards the end. And that's when they had the steroid scandal pop up once again. This was another thing that's why, we're going to go through it some more. Cause they're gonna tell you about how the drug testing and everything they did was like kind of lax and shit. Cause like Vince wanted big men back then. He didn't give a fuck niggas on steroids.
A.m. in the morning on June 25th, a full 10 and a half hours before police discovered the bodies, an anonymous user edited Chris Benoit's Wikipedia page to state that he had been pulled from the Vengeance pay-per-view due to the passing of his wife Nancy. At the time, nobody outside that house in Fayetteville could have known that. When investigators traced the IP address, it came back to Stamford, Connecticut, the home of WWE's corporate headquarters. The person behind the post came forward and explained that it had been nothing more than a dark, poorly judged attempt at humor, a fabricated rumor posted as a joke that, in one of the most disturbing coincidences imaginable, turned out to be true. But what investigators found later was nowhere close to a joke. When Chris Benoit's father gave researchers at West Virginia University permission to examine his son's brain, the findings genuinely shocked even experienced medical professionals. Benoit's brain showed severe CTE across all 4 lobes. The condition was so bad that doctors compared it to the brain of someone in their mid-80s suffering from Alzheimer's disease.
Damn. They said the boy brain was so bad they compared it to an 80-year-old man with Alzheimer's. That's how bad his brain was like. Cause like you go back and watch some of the old videos and shit, they doing chair shots to the fucking dome. Like he's getting chair shots to the head. He's doing the flying headbutt. That was his finishing move and stuff. So like, yeah, like if they want to say that like he's a killer, like it contributes to this. Cause a lot of football players have they went Junior Seau. He did the same thing, kind of killed himself in his house. And then they they went and did his brain. Turns out he has CTE. One of the guys from the Pittsburgh Steelers, an old Pittsburgh Steeler, I can't remember his name. He had CTE as well. He passed. I think he died in his car. If y'all know who I'm talking about, I'm trying to think of the nigga name. He was a Pittsburgh Steeler. Yeah, that CTE is real. CTE is definitely real. So he had the brain of an 80-year-old man. Fuck.
Decades of unprotected chair shots, diving headbutts, and the
look what he's doing.
Trauma of a 20-year career.
Look at what he's doing. Straight head
had quietly destroyed the organ that makes us who we are. His own son David would later say the diagnosis gave him a measure of closure. The belief that the man who did those terrible things wasn't really his father anymore. That something had been taken from him long before that weekend in June. Alongside the brain damage was a cocktail of contributing factors that investigators pieced together over the following months. Benoit's autopsy revealed testosterone levels approximately 10 times higher than what would be considered normal for a man his age.
Damn.
His personal physician, Dr. Phil Aston, was subsequently investigated and found to have been prescribing Benoit a 10-month supply of controlled substances every 3 to 4 weeks. Aston was eventually convicted and sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. He was not the only doctor supplying wrestlers through questionable means, and the investigation that followed swept up names across the entire industry. There was also the matter of prescription painkillers, anti-anxiety medication, and alcohol, all of which were found to have been present in the Benoit household in significant quantities.
Yeah.
The picture that emerged was not of a man in a single moment of blind rage, but of someone whose mind and body had been quietly deteriorating for years under the weight of substances, grief, and neurological damage, until something finally gave way. The fallout from that weekend in June reshaped professional wrestling in ways that are still felt today. Within days of the full story becoming public, Chris Benoit was effectively erased from WWE. Vince McMahon appeared on ECW the night after the Raw tribute and announced that Benoit's name would not be spoken on WWE programming. But
I got a commercial.
Hey, bro, can you make me something sound like I just died, went to heaven in Japan?
Can't, bro.
Angels started
Can't do it for you, bro.
Yeah.
Can't do it for you, bro.
But Vince's troubles were just getting started. Congress investigators launched formal inquiries into WWE's drug testing practices, and what they found was shocking. In the very first year of WWE's wellness policy, which had only been introduced following Eddie Guerrero's passing, roughly 40% of wrestlers tested had returned positive results even after being given advance notice that testing was coming. The policy that was supposed to protect performers was riddled with gaps wide enough to drive a truck through.
Damn.
Under intense government pressure, Vince was forced to overhaul the entire program and introduce more frequent testing, stricter penalties, and far greater medical oversight across the board. Unprotected chair shots to the head, which had been a staple of the industry for decades, were banned outright. The diving headbutt, the very move that had defined Benoit's career and almost certainly contributed to his neurological decline, became subject to heavy scrutiny. Concussion protocols were introduced that simply hadn't existed before. By 2008, WWE had officially transitioned to a TV PG rating. Blood was phased out. Adult storylines were softened. The aesthetic of the entire product shifted towards something families could watch together. Whether you view that as a positive evolution or a creative compromise depends entirely on your perspective as a fan. But there's no question about what drove it. And yet, for all the changes WWE implemented, the wider wrestling world remains a deeply concerning place when it comes to safety. Hundreds of independent promotions operate globally today with little to no medical infrastructure, no concussion testing, no wellness policies, and no one pulling wrestlers from matches when something goes wrong.
Yep.
Many of the performers who will one day walk through WWE's doors, or who will spend their entire careers on the independent circuit, are absorbing damage right now that won't reveal itself for another 20 years. Former wrestlers speak openly about living with daily headaches, memory gaps, cognitive difficulties, and the quiet, constant fear of what might be developing inside their skulls. By the time the damage becomes visible, it's too late. Chris Benoit's story does not have a clean ending or a simple explanation. What happened in Fayetteville, Georgia in June of 2007 was the darkest day in WWE history. The hope is that it remains so, and that the lessons learned from that tragedy continue to protect the performers who step between those ropes every single week, because the cost of forgetting them is simply too high.
Yeah. I got another video. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I got it in my Jones. So many bitches. It's harder to choose one. If I got to. I want the thick one. Y'all give me 1 second. Try to see this shit pull up. Shit. What I gotta do? Oh, there you go. Okay. I want to play this one. Yeah, I be watching some shit, y'all. Y'all gotta chill. I got shit. Netflix trying to get me. Hold on, we got people hitting the link. Who's this? Oh, we got Lou in the building. Uncle Lou.
What's good with it? Can you hear me clear?
Black Moon.
What's good with it? You hear me clear, bro?
Can you hear?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What up?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, yo. You gotta remember, bro, with all them concussions, all that pain medicine, and all them steroids, bro.
Speaking to,
you know what I'm saying? That impact of his thinking, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, bro. Man, look, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. With when it comes to like concussions and stuff like that, bro, you when you lose that brain function, you turn into a whole other person, bro. Just like he said in the last video you played.
Yeah. His shit was smashed though. You gotta remember he was wrestling since he was like goddamn his teenagers and shit. You gotta remember
he was like what 17, 18?
Over 20 years of getting his head smashed.
Yeah, and so did you watch him when he was in WCW?
No, I ain't never seen none of that. I always like my era like WWE, bro. When I seen him like he the Wolverine, the cripple across face.
Okay, yeah. See, you gotta see some of the WCW highlights of him, bro. Like he was.
Shout out to CP3. Shit, he was talking about that shit. He talking about he look like Chris Benoit. I was like, nigga, you can't even bring that shit up.
Hey, but you know what you should do one on, dog?
What?
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go through like his old promos and shit too while we doing this shit, you know.
No, you remember Elizabeth got they said that Les Luger had unalive Elizabeth.
Oh yeah. Not Lex Luger.
Okay.
Lex Luger's still alive.
Yeah, they was trying to lock him up for it.
He just started walking. Whatchamacallit helped him start walking on DDP.
Mm-hmm.
He got like a yoga, and that's how I say you do that yoga and shit. I say that's one of the wrestlers that do it. DDP, he do yoga and shit. Shawn Michaels is well.
Yeah, I just got out of yoga today. Shit.
Shawn Michaels, he do that shit as well. You know, they gotta do that, keep they mobility, because they stiff the fuck up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
be stuck. I like, oh shit, nigga, Shawn Michaels, I was stuck like this for a whole day. I had to get some help. I like, oh shit, so I started doing yoga. Hey, he do that shit you be doing, though. That shit crazy.
Oh yeah, hey, look, man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like when it comes to like when I had my little incident in the military, bro, I had a concussion too. That's why I was out for a long time, bro. Like I had to get my brain function back together. Shit.
Yeah, concussion.
Hey, look, trust me, bro. Like you lose a sense of yourself when you get to a concussion because you're not really coherent about what's going on and shit. So on top of that, drinking and taking medicine and shit, bro, you really contaminate your brain, bro.
Yeah, cause they taking painkillers and shit back then. That's a lot of all the shit they was taking for real.
On top of the
steroids, yes, on top of the steroids. Hell yeah. Then they drinking, smoking. Some of the niggas doing coke. Yo, I'm looking at this shit. Hulk Hogan was doing coke.
Shit, Ric Flair too. Shit.
Yeah, come on, woo! Come on now, you know you was on it now.
Hey, peep this. Ric Flair was in the motherfucker.
Riding. Oh, look, he started doing that.
They was smoking coke on the plane, and then the plane crashed, and he survived that shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's stupid.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, coke is hell of a drug.
only Leon know for real. Leon was talking about, man, I tell you, man. Yeah, y'all know something about wrestling, man. Y'all pull up, man. We having this wrestling conversation. So tell me about WCW, Lou. Shit, put me on. What you seen? What kind of matches you seen? You seen his matches and shit before?
Yeah, he was I think it was like not the Dynamite Kid. He was something else. He was tag team partner with Dynamite Kid for a hot second. But he always had like moves that banged his head up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like suplexes, jumping off the top rope. You know, he was like almost like a luchador size, but had big man moves and shit.
That motherfucker was 250. Even though he was short like that nigga was 250. Eddie Guerrero too. Eddie Guerrero was big as fuck. A lot of people don't know that. They think because they were short and shit. Them niggas was short and stocky. Eddie Guerrero was 250. Big as fuck.
And that's that steroid. That's the steroids they was taking though, because you notice they wasn't that big. They wasn't that big. And if you look at WCW, you will see that them dudes was way smaller. But when they came to the WWE, they swole up.
Vince like big men. You want me on that damn card? I gotta sell the card. I need attraction. Who's gonna be the attraction? Yeah. I need big men as the attraction. Pause, everybody. Pause. That's Vince's mind. That's Vince, you know, yeah.
Yeah, hey, look, if you ever want to... We got people in the chat.
Eddie was 225.7, so he built like a flamingo. Amigo. Chill out. Eddie was 240, nigga. I could look at him, Eddie was big as fuck. I didn't even believe it. I'm like, oh, shit. You can go back and watch the match. I'm like, yo, that nigga is kind of swole.
Yeah, but see, you didn't catch, like I say, you didn't see the WCW era, so you didn't get to see when he was small.
I kind of seen like Eddie Guerrero. I ain't never seen Chris. I ain't never seen Chris.
He was under a different name back then. I'm trying to think. It it was I forget what his name was back in the day, but he was a
I remember
whole
Eddie.
other
'Cause that
kid.
when Eddie and goddamn Ray were fighting and shit.
Yep, and Hoover Two Guerrero, the other
Hoover 2,
Guerrero.
what you know about Hoover 2? Yo, chill out.
Hey, look, and
Yo,
I've
I
been
do a
watching.
video about Hoover 2. I fucks with Hoover 2, nigga. They did him dirty, nigga.
Yeah, bro. I think about it, bro.
They,
I was in a
oh,
wrestling belt.
man. Lou, you
Think
just
about it,
turned
80,
me up.
look, 87, 88, 89. When I stayed down south in Georgia, bro, that was the wrestling belt. So on Friday and Saturday and some part of Sunday, that shit wrestling be on all midnight, bro.
Damn.
Shit, I remember the female. They used to have a little female wrestling league with Mount Fuji and Bad Mama and her two little yeah. I was
Oh,
shit.
shit, this nigga Lou knows something. Oh, Lou, you an undercover wrestling fan. Oh, shit.
I stopped watching after the Attitude Era, sort of, kind of, because I
Once
like
a
the
fan,
characters.
always a fan. Once a fan, always a
Yeah.
fan. This shit don't change.
Nah, I don't like the new era of wrestling because it ain't no more characters. Like it's too personal. Like the mystique of the character was the shit. Like Undertaker. That's why Undertaker is like one of the GOATs. You know what I'm saying? Because his
He
whole
kept that
career.
character. Yeah. And then when he do
Yeah.
come back, he don't even use that persona anymore. He's like the American badass. Like he doing that shit when he come back type shit.
Right.
He said, nah, that character stays retired. I'm like, oh shit.
He brought him back at the end of his career, though. You know, at the end of his career.
He come back, he do the American badass. That's all. When he did his last match, he was like the American badass. He wanted the Taker. Cause he fought AJ Styles.
Right.
Yeah, they did like a boneyard match. That shit was nice. It was like cinematic and shit, but it was nice. That's when COVID and shit was going on.
Yeah, when they had the TV monitors in the background and shit, no people.
Yeah, that nigga said, "Nah, I don't want to do that shit." Them niggas fought outside. And like, y'all go back and watch that fight. Them niggas fought outside and shit. That was a good ass match. Yeah. Yeah, damn. Lou talking about Hoover 2. What you know about Hoover 2, nigga? You done turned me up. I fuck with Hoover.
Oh, the motherfucking luchadors, nigga. What the hell you talking about? That? Hey, look, the luchadors was the mid card on wrestling when they used to come on at nighttime. So the mid card was like the luchadors. Yeah, cruiserweight. Yeah, cruiserweights and I forgot what they called it back. It was something else too. It was cruiserweight and something else. But the luchadors, those were the best matches, and those were like the mid card matches.
Oh shit. Nigga done turned me up talking about that shit. It made me like, ugh. Cause he came back to wrestling too. They put him in like in a tag team and shit. They were like, bruh, Vince so fucking racist, bruh. Vince would have these niggas come out in motherfucking lawnmowers. And they was called the Mexicals and shit. It was like 3 of them.
I know. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I was like, bro, that shit used to turn me up. Those my niggas though. They said, bro, Hoover used to turn up too much. They said he thought he was a Mexican Rock.
Shit, he was. He was a star, bro. Like, think about it, bro. The luchador.
You sound like Hoovy. You sound like Hoovy.
Hey, yo, luchador was one of the you know what I'm saying? Think about it like this, bro. Them motherfuckers got they can't take their mask off in public. Like they got like strict rules for being a luchador, bro. You can't take your mask off and none of that shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, I know my wrestling, bro.
He was a star. He sound like Hoovy. Hoovy said that. He said, I was the Mexican Rock.
Yo, I started watching wrestling in '85. I was 5 years old, bro. Yeah, I've been watching wrestling since I was 5. Shit, Ultimate Warrior, motherfucking Hulk Hogan, shit, Billy Bob Thornton and shit. Yeah.
Really
the Heart Foundation.
What the fuck?
Man, I go way back, bro.
Shit. What's that shit Kwame don't like? They would call that nigga Superstar Billy Graham. He got mad. Said, why y'all keep calling me that?
Shit, I remember when the motherfucking Ultimate Warrior broke Hercules' chain and shit.
Damn.
Hercules was he was a rising star.
I think
he choked the nigga. Yeah, Hercules. Yeah, he was around there. Shit, I remember the Von Erichs. Shit, I
Yeah,
remember all
what
of
you
them
know about
niggas.
Devon Erics, nigga?
Shit, Texas Tornado, nigga. Shit, hey, the only wrestler with a stub leg is still out there wrestling. Nigga, you know what I'm
Bro, that
saying?
shit crazy. That shit crazy. That like their whole family. I watched that movie. That shit sad. That shit was sad.
Shit, Road Dogg is the only survivor of the motherfuckers too.
Now one call the son, one of the sons, he's still alive. He got his sons, they wrestling now and shit. Them niggas big
Okay,
as fuck.
okay.
Hey, yeah, the Von Erichs still alive. They in AEW right now. They gonna come over soon though.
Hey, what you think about the Steiner brother, Rick Steiner's son? What's his name? I can't think of his name. He do the Frankensteiner off the top rope. I can't think of his name. I watched wrestling
I'm
a
about
couple
wrestling.
weeks ago. His name Stroke. What is it? What's the fuck the dude, the Steiner brother son name?
Oh,
He
I'm on mute,
be
Lou.
oh wait, I'm on mute. Oh shit, hold on. All right, you choppy, so I don't know if that's me or you, bro.
Hold on, I'm trying to get unmuted.
All right, there you go. Yeah, I can hear you though.
God damn.
Yeah, I can't think of the Steiner brothers.
My fault, my sound went out for a sec. I hit the mute button by accident.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
his
can't.
name Braun Breaker.
Bob Breaker. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This
They be
Rick
fucking
Steiner.
him up. He just got that injury and shit.
Yeah, the Steiners got a bad reputation, so they ain't gonna let him rock the Steiner name and shit.
Oh no. That nigga killing shit right now though. Cause he was supposed to play football, but shit, he started, that shit don't pan out. Came to wrestling. Shit, that nigga played with Lamar Jackson. He was on the Ravens.
Oh, for real? Oh, okay. See, I ain't know what football team they played for.
Yeah, that
What
nigga was on
that
the
he played for.
yeah, that nigga was on the Ravens.
Oh, shit, hey, look, and
Yeah,
we can
Bill
talk about
Goldberg, his
wrestling
motherfucking
all. Oh shit, I was gonna say we can talk about wrestling all day, bro, because the Samoans were the Wild Samoans, and you know what I'm saying, the Samoans
what you know
were
about how
like,
cool nigga?
oh, you talking about Ming? Oh yeah. Hey,
Yeah. That's Roman Daddy.
oh, so Ming is his pops. I think I ain't know it was his pops.
Hell yeah, all them
Oh,
Samoans and shit.
so you know about motherfucking shit, the Barbarian. Because the Barbarian was a Samoan too. His tag team partner, it was me. Well, that's WCW. That was before your time.
Damn.
Shit,
I'm
I
talking about
remember when.
WWF.
Hey, look, I remember when Rikishi was small than a motherfucker, bro. I mean, he was always a big dude, but he wasn't as big as he was in WWE though.
My mama used to hate Rikishi, bro. I'm trying to tell you, every time he come out, my mom talking about turn that chat. I'm like, bro, it's just wrestling. Talking about turn that shit. I'm like, bro, it's just wrestling. I keep the chatter right there. Like, it's just wrestling. Fuck it. Rikishi do that bullshit. Mama used to hate that shit. So how do you like it
Oh
somebody do that to his face? I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, that move was wild.
He just want to put his ass and nigga be like, pause. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Niggas watching that shit.
Hey,
I
my
got
mom
Sabu.
used to
You know
love.
about Sabu, dude?
Oh yeah, I know about Sabu. Yeah. My mom favorite wrestler was
That's my nigga
Flying
right there.
Brian Pillman. You remember Flying Brian Pillman?
Hell yeah, man. He pulled up with the guns, nigga. He was the first wrestler to pull up with the guns. He said, "Nigga, he wanted to end this shit."
Oh, talking about when he was going
This
against Stone
motherfucker,
Cold.
his son wrestling now. His son, Alexis King. He
Oh,
on
damn.
NXT. Hell yeah, he got the belt too. He like the speed champion.
Okay.
Yeah, you see his
man,
son, he look just like him. That shit.
Yeah, I'm one of those old school dudes. I like the character part of wrestling. That's what gave wrestling its mystique. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, yo, like everybody got a character from Sting to motherfucking shit. That everybody had a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? And that was
what you know about Jesse the Body, nigga?
Oh man, look, hey, Sergeant Slaughter, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What? Iron Sheik,
yeah.
Iron Sheik used to piss some people off for real. He was really on that shit. I'm like, oh shit. They said, nah, the Sheik really on that shit.
I watched. I recently, well, not recently, but a few years ago, I watched the Samoa. They did a documentary on the Samoans. In Haku was he represented the queen, the queen of Samoa, bro. I didn't even know that. Like they wrestling empire is really about the you know what I'm saying, their heritage and shit. That's why they so rich in wrestling.
Yeah, that shit real, nigga. The bloodline deep. Like the Usos and shit. They're all that. That's Rikishi's sons. The Usos, Rikishi's sons.
Right. I know about them.
Jacob Fatu. Yeah, Jacob. He a new nigga. That's one of the Uso niggas too.
Fatu is Rikishi's son too. Oh,
nah, I think that's his cousin.
Okay, so that might be Jimmy Snuka relative. Superfly Snuka? You remember Superfly Snuka?
Yeah, you know, like, yep. You remember Tamina? His daughter Tamina. She was part of this shit too. She big as fuck. She don't even wrestle no more though.
That was that big girl that they blackballed her out of the wrestling, right?
Nah. She came back. I know you're talking about. That's Nia Jax. That's the Rock cousin.
Okay.
Big ass back. She got the belt and everything. She's a tag team champion right now. Shout out to Nia Jax. She look good. She lost some weight too. She ain't big like that. Shannon Sharp was trying to fuck her. Yo, WrestleMania weekend and shit. They had doing a press conference and shit. Yo, this nigga Ocho trying to put her on to Shannon Sharp. He's talking about, I got a friend for you. His name's Shannon Sharp. He gonna treat you real good because she's single. Shit, you could probably get a loot.
Hey, look,
Nia Jax.
Hey, I don't discriminate. I like big girls too. I like all the ladies.
Nia Jax, you better watch out. Lou out there. Lou get you draws, Nia.
Hey, I ain't tripping on no big girl. I like the big girls too. Shit, ain't no discrimination. Hey, and you should really. Hey, look, they called the girl wrestling back in the day the Glow Girls or the I forgot what.
Still good shit. Yeah, we're gonna get Lou on her. Hey, Shannon Sharp was trying to fuck her though. That's crazy. Shannon Sharp talking about shit. I am single. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here, your old ass. Somebody granddaddy.
Hey, Peachy, it's a limit to the big girl though. It ain't just the honest out of big girl, not that big girl.
Shit, you sound like goddamn El Capone with that big girl shit. Every time I'm talking about big girls need love too. I'm like, nigga, your head ass.
Yeah, what's wrong with big girls? You know, long as they know how to keep themselves up, it's all good.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just like, I don't want no big junk. I need a thick one. Now she thick now. That's different. Like it's difference between thick and big. Like I gotta put emphasis on this shit. A big woman, I think of SoFly. That's what I think. Now thick, you talking about thick? I'm thinking of like Car So Sweet. Now that's thick. That's real thick.
I'm not gonna comment on that. She's a pretty sister.
Yo, did you see Corey A up here? Boy, I had Corey A wilding, bro.
Oh yeah, I seen it.
I had her wilding, bro. I ended the live. She was still back there with Jones. I'm like, can't nobody see us.
All right, because she was talking about showing. She was talking about showing something, but I
want the thick one.
Hey, whatever token that y'all shared in the background, that's between y'all two. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no hater. Hey, I ain't no hater. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, long as my brothers out here, hey, look, as long as it ain't no dude, I don't give a shit. If it's a dude, I'm gonna talk shit about you.
No, I ain't no bad shit. No less. And you're gonna get mad. I'm probably Lance ain't pull up. Y'all talking about wrestling? Shit.
All right,
back
so
to my conspiracy. Look, we got Flying Low ass. What up, Flying Low? We talking about wrestling, man. And trying to get these women to send him tokens like Lance. Mafia full of pervs. Yo, chill. We want the thick one.
Hey, look, I told you, and I was the good wingman and the bad wingman, and sometimes the bad wingman got to take the big girl. You know what I'm saying? So,
big girl. Oh shit!
Hey, you might have to take
Lance too much.
I didn't teach Lance nothing. He ain't listening to nothing I said, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
Look, he got ducking his wife and everything. Ain't trying to be around. I'm gonna pull up on him. Yo, Lance, pull up, nigga. I know you around somewhere. That nigga probably on the bike going crazy. He mad about that bike shit.
Shit, well, he told everybody shit. Hey, look, when you tell people your motherfucking shit, it's gonna be up for shit to be talked about. Like, hey, the shit that happened to me is up for discussion and talk about too. I can't get mad at the shit, you know.
Oh, bro, so I'm still renting it. I'm like, damn. I was trying to help him out. Cause he talking about the bike only go 20 miles. I'm like, shit. I know a way to make that bitch go 45.
Oh shit! All you gotta do is just buy a little motor. Shit. I got a homeboy that got the.
That nigga talking about that stealing. I'm like, Lance, what we stealing?
It's crazy.
Let's get back into the joke. This nigga crazy. Let's get back into the jokes though. I got Sabu on the screen. It ain't even about Sabu. It's not even about Sabu. So y'all, we're gonna get back into it. We talking about the conspiracy of the Benoit family. Lou thinks that Chris Benoit kind of went over the edge, went crazy. My conspiracy analyst, like my mind is telling me, I don't know.
Bro, he was at the height of his career. He had just got the championship. Remember him and Eddie, at the same time, both of them motherfuckers got the belt. They died. Both of them at the same time.
Why you say it like that?
Well, I don't mean to be insensitive, but you know.
They died. Nah. After Eddie died, I get it. After Eddie died, that's when he kind of went over the edge because he couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle the death. I say that. After the death, he was like, they said it like, he took that tough.
That shit. It even affected Batista, bro. It when Eddie passed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it. Shit.
Batista road dog, nigga.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero was a part of my history too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I watched him and Hoover had the greatest matches, bro. Shit, Dean Malenko. You know You know what I'm
Dean
saying?
Malenko a bad motherfucker too.
Perry Saturn.
He a bad
you know what I'm saying?
motherfucker too.
Yeah, the man with 1,000 holes. Submission,
You nigga
1,000
said Dean
submissions.
Malenko. That's a man of 1,000 holes. Nigga, come on, I just said it. Oh my god. They said he was like a little bit more bigger and shit. That nigga would have been a star.
You talking about Dean Malenko?
Hell
Look,
yeah.
hey, WCW.
It's another bad motherfucker too.
Shit, hey, look, WCW was the smaller wrestlers, but they were WCW was more stiff. You know what I'm saying? Like they were more stiff and it looked more realistic.
Hard style.
Yeah. You know, that's why.
What
that's
that shit
why
called strong style. That's what they call it strong style.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they called it stiff back in the day when niggas used to fucking get your ass clotheslines and be the real clothesline.
Hell yeah, man, you doing that strong style. Nigga, can you keep up? They do that shit in Japan. Like you go to Japan and wrestle, they do that shit. They do strong style. Like they doing real fucking wrestling. Ain't no bullshit over there.
Oh yeah,
like
for
Brock
sure.
Lesnar went over there.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, nigga became the chief, took their belt, made them niggas make a new belt.
Yeah, hey, and it's crazy. Back in the day,
oh shit.
If you a real wrestling head, bro, you know that the championships would whenever they went to a new league, they would take their belt with them. That's why Bret Hart got screwed out the screw job. Because if he would have won and went to WCW, he was gonna take that belt with him. That's why Vince was like,
damn sure was.
You keeping the belt on my show, nigga.
I need that belt off me.
Yep.
But he didn't want to drop it to Shawn Michaels and shit. You talking about anybody but Shawn. They said Shawn was an asshole back in the day. And I believe it. Shawn was getting pussy. He didn't give a fuck about nobody.
Man, and then he had faith.
Yeah, they got this rumor. Yo, they got this rumor. I'm gonna go ahead and say they got this rumor. They talking about Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon was sleeping together. That's the rumor.
Oh,
I'm
damn,
like, bro, I ain't never heard no. That's what I'm saying. I ain't never heard no shit like that. That was goddamn them niggas used to say back then. Talking about, cause like you say, he used to get favoritism. I'm like, that nigga Shawn was just like that in the ring. But yeah, that was motherfuckers. That was one of them niggas was saying. They talking about, yeah, Shawn Michaels and Vince was sleeping together. I'm like, what the fuck?
Shit, I mean,
talking about, hey, yo, look at flying low. That's what they said, bro. I can look at the article right now.
Hey, the nigga Shawn Michaels was he was in the Playgirl magazine shit. Remember that shit back? Boy, you probably don't remember that. The nigga was in the Playgirl magazine, bro, back in the day.
Who know how he was getting down back then? All them drugs and shit. Them niggas don't give a fuck. Just put me number one.
Yeah, and that's why I got a lot of respect for Undertaker, because Undertaker kept a lot of them motherfuckers in line, bro.
Hell yeah, he was too good.
Sure.
Nigga, like, who the fuck was gonna stop him? Like that nigga was really like that. Like them hands was real, nigga.
Oh, for sure.
But like before Brock Lesnar came, that Undertaker was like the enforcer. Like even when Brock Lesnar came, Undertaker was still enforcing shit. But like, yeah, he was that nigga. Shit? He got that shit on his. He got that shit on
Locker room general, bro.
Yeah. It's some shit.
Yeah, but Chris Benoit, hey, look, a lot of people gonna disagree with me on this, but Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit was in my top 10 of tag team champions, bro.
Oh.
When them two motherfuckers tagged together, bro, them motherfuckers used to go crazy, bro. They could have had a great run, but
technical warriors going into.
Yeah.
Nah, that's too much. That's too much. Even Vince knew that shit was too much. Like them two niggas unleashed on your ass. Oh no.
Hey,
Yeah,
and
boy,
they,
them
and
niggas
they
used to
work
fight.
because
Them
hey,
niggas
look,
used to have some great ass matches.
yeah, Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. Hey, one of the few greatest matches I ever seen was Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit.
Word. Yeah, cause them both them guys like technical in the ring. Like basically they the same nigga. Type shit.
Yeah, just Benoit was a more high flyer than Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Kurt started doing that later in his career.
Yeah, the moonsault, backwards moonsault.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That nigga was jumping off the stage, all types of shit.
Yeah, hey, crazy. That's hey, look, that's another motherfucker who had that
I mean, he was
who
Kurt
had
Angle was off the shits though. Kurt Angle was off the damn perks, nigga.
hey, that's all I'm about to say. Like he was for sure, he for sure got CTE a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
A
Like
couple times,
during
nigga out there
over
with
his
a
career.
broken neck.
Yeah, that too.
That nigga got like, bro, he started telling about his injury, and he got bone spurs, all types of shit from his neck. Cause he got that shit when he first started wrestling, like in the Olympics and shit.
Right, yeah. I had that
Yeah,
nigga
won
on
a gold medal with a
Percocet,
broken
won the
neck. Like, what
Olympics.
the fuck?
Right. Hey, they said the nigga Kurt Angle
Like,
put a whooping on Brock Lesnar
imagine
though
that
back in the
shit.
day.
Like, imagine that. Like, fight, nigga. Like, that
Hey,
nigga
wrestling with
really
a broke
fight. He did the
neck.
same shit to Eddie. He said Eddie tried to play with him. He said he almost had to fuck Eddie up.
Yeah, Kurt
I
Angle was the
said, I
truth,
tell
bro.
Eddie, no play.
Yeah. Fuck Kurt Angle is the motherfucking truth, bro. Brock Lesnar
Hell
too.
yeah, that's one of
Shit,
my
Scott
favorites.
Steiner. Shit, Scott Steiner was my favorite wrestler back in the day.
Big
You know what I'm
Papa
saying? Like,
Pump.
yeah, I liked him better before that. When he made Big Papa Pump, I was cool with it, but that nigga had a lot of steroid
Man, that's
rage.
my favorite. That nigga is funny. I like his promo. He be talking shit too.
Yeah, for sure.
He be talking
I mean, shit.
some Steiner math. What you know about Steiner math?
He went to the hey, look, 145 million, 0.3 times 14. Yeah, that's my guy.
Oh shit. Oh,
Well,
shout out to Rich News and Sports. What up, bro?
What's good with it? Let me see.
What'd he say?
Yes, hey, Scott Steiner. Hey, Scott Steiner was a motherfucking professional wrestler too. Outside of he was a great collegiate wrestler too. Him and his brother, Rick Steiner.
Yeah, motherfucking remember Bobby Lashley? You probably don't remember Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, he a new guy. I fuck with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Bobby, he was on that shit. He basically took the Brock Lesnar route. Instead of going to UFC when he left, he went to Bellator. He did Bellator and shit.
Yeah, Bellator, yup. Yeah, Bobby Lashley, he's military too.
Yeah, I learned.
He is vet.
Hell yeah, I just learned some shit. They was talking about Sean Merriman and shit. You know, like the bare knuckle shit. That's Sean Merriman shit. Like that's his motherfucking. I was like, oh shit, didn't even know that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Burger.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah. That nigga like he said. Yeah, he said like when he was in the league and shit. You know, like during the off season, you know, he'll fight and shit. Like you know, some UFC niggas and shit, and just like got his shit going. I'm like, oh shit. He said we doing bare knuckle.
Oh yeah, hey, I fuck with that bare knuckle shit. Yeah, that's. Look, any combat, bro, combat sport. I watch it, bro. That's
Yeah, that bare
but
knuckle
boxing.
real, bro. You gotta see that shit, bro. You gotta see the girls that be doing the bare knuckle. They really be going at it, like they be throwing their shit. I'm like, ah, shit.
Hey, girl fights are always worse than the man fights because the girls go all out. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to
Yeah.
the men have strategy and try to measure each other up because they know they'll mess up. The women just go all out. They don't give a fuck. They just go.
Nigga, what? I ain't seen one of them damn USC fights with the women. Like, girl had a hematoma on her face because like, the girl was like beat up so bad. I think she was fighting a Chinese girl. One of the white girls
Yeah, I
was
know
trying to
you're
go
talking
there.
about.
Yeah. Got her ass had a hematoma on her shit. Big ass knot. I'm like, no.
I still out there
Yeah, called
fighting
that
though.
shit a hematoma, nigga. It was so bad.
Shit, I was back in the day, bro. Out when UFC first came out back in the day, I was you know what I'm saying? I used to box and wrestle. So me and my cousins, we was gonna try out for that shit, but you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately I didn't. I had a baby and shit young, so shit I was focused more on taking care of my babies and shit. But my cousin went in. He did pretty good in the city and shit, but you know, he ended up dropping out of it. But we tried out for that shit too.
We got Roy Lee in the building. What up, brother?
What's going on, fellas? Salute to everybody in
Really
the
was
chat.
good with it.
I can't really see the chat or anything, but shit. What
Was
y'all
good
got
with it,
going on? Y'all
really.
still talking about the Ben watching? What's going on, Lou?
Yeah,
Oh shit, we
on the
talking about some
wrestling jump.
everything.
Talking about wrestling.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say, 'cause I heard Lou talking about UFC, but yeah, I was on UFC. Started getting on more UFC towards the like right after the Attitude Era, mainly. UFC became more popular.
Right. Yeah, I was watching UFC when it wasn't no weight class. It wasn't no weight class, no martial arts style or nothing. It was shit. You could kick a motherfucker while they
Niggas out
down. You
there
could hit
getting
them in the
hurt.
nuts.
I think the
Yeah, you
first
could.
real rivalry that I saw, like history wise, was Horace Grace and Shamrock. That was like where it started. That's what put him on the
Yeah,
map,
the
kind of.
Shamrock like that too. Ken Shamrock.
Yeah. That's why I say that's why his
Yo, that
crossover to
bitch thought wrestling was
WWE was
real.
good.
He came
Yeah,
through
I
trying
was
to
about to
fight.
say. That's exactly what I was about to say. You could tell he couldn't separate that real from fake. Sometimes when he was spearing people, you could tell that he can't really tone it down. Goldberg another one, but he never UFC. But you could tell a lot of the times Goldberg was spearing people for real.
Oh yeah, that football shit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because he played football.
Yeah, who's trying to hurt niggas?
Hey,
Yeah,
he broke. Hey, he broke Big Show chest plate.
yeah. That was funny when Bret Hart put the bulletproof vest on and he speared him.
Oh yeah, hey, still hurting. Hey, Roy Lee. So look, so I want to ask you a question. So what do you think about the from wrestling back then to now? Do you like the change of wrestling where they more personal now versus the
It's like cheese.
character and
What
having
up?
a mystique?
Yeah, I like it back then more, but I mean, I guess it depends on what age you ask people because I'm pretty sure the kids now don't even like, like my nephews and stuff, they don't like Stone Cold and all that. Like that's the era that I like. 'Cause it was like right after Shawn Michaels into the Stone Cold Steve Austin The Rock era was what I grew up on. You know,
Okay.
Word.
so character development started just happening then. So I can't say I don't dislike it because you're basing it off of what? Because you like the '80s wrestling better.
No, I
I
like
mean,
I like the attitude better than
yeah.
the
See, I was about
'80s.
to say that too. And then plus, I don't know. When I look at like '80s and prior, it was nothing but heavyweights. It really wasn't that many popular, lightweights and stuff back then.
Yeah, well, it was, but it just wasn't like televised
The
because
giant, okay, yeah, I was about to say because the Giants were the only thing I see every time when I go back and look into history. I mean, I can't directly say because obviously I wasn't there, but as far
Right.
as lightweights, it seemed like everything was Hulk Hogan, the Andre the
Hulk
Giant.
Hogan.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it seemed like the big guys. It wasn't until the '90s when you had Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, and they started fighting bigger guys like because some of Shawn Michaels' best matches outside of Bret Hart was fighting the Undertaker. And the Undertaker's a lot bigger than him.
Yep. Shit. Sid Vicious.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Kevin Nash. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Civic.
See, look, the only reason that I like the Attitude better than the '80s, because the '80s it wasn't that, they did their promos and then they came out of wrestling. When the Attitude Era came out, it was more mic presence, like behind the scene, like it was mic present, and then they'd come out on stage and do the mic thing.
And just
You
like you
know,
say, when you watch like the I think that was AEW had the TV series where it was the rivals, and you could see how personal, like especially Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, how even though it was real personal, they could still separate it when they actually got in the ring, except for right
right?
at the very until the very end when Bret Hart left for WCW. I thought that when I was little, I thought that it was staged that he spit on like Vince McMahon. I didn't know that it was real motive behind him spitting on
Yeah,
him.
no, he really spit on that nigga.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying I'm talking about the
He
motive of
punched him
why
in
he
his
spit. Cause
face.
Vince take a punch and stuff like that intentionally to sell views and stuff. But that spit wasn't intentional. At the time, I thought it was like part of the act. I didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart
Nah,
felt,
like
got screwed
after that
over the way
shit,
that
when
he
it went in the
did.
back and shit, he punched Vince in the
Yeah, he
face. He
punched
gave
him.
Vince a black
Yeah,
eye.
yeah. And he said Vince
That's why Vince
charged
came
him
back
though,
that
so it
same week.
wasn't.
He had a black eye.
Yeah.
Hell no, he couldn't charge him.
No, I'm saying Vince came walking towards him, so
Yeah,
he
Vince
wanted to
Vince
make it
Vince was
clear.
trying to
Oh
take.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He wanted to make it clear that he didn't be he didn't just go in there and straight bully Vince. Vince came charging towards him while he was pissed off and found it. That's when he hit him.
Knocked him the fuck out. He said
Yeah,
knocked Vince ass out cold. Vince went to bed.
But the crazy thing is a lot of people didn't watch WCW. They didn't see the Stone Mountain League. They didn't see it was a wrestling
Stone
belt
Mountain.
back in the day. You know
man,
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
hard trying to keep up with both of them when especially when they both were fighting for the same viewership at the same time. So
Yeah,
I guess main event
Yep.
wise, I would always tune into WWE. But lightweight, who Eddie Guerrero and all them, the New World Order and everything made everything else up to the main event. WCW was kind of having a little bit more talent at the time because
yeah,
they were signing them to bigger deals than what Vince could match. That's why Bret Hart left, and Vince told him, "You better take the deal."
right.
You better take that damn deal.
But see, this when I was growing up in wrestling, when I used to watch wrestling, they had the shows were like separated, so they had their own time. You know what I'm saying? So they wasn't in competition with each other. It was just like one wrestling league went, the next one went on, then the next one, and then the ladies, because they used to play the ladies at the lady wrestling used to come on at like 1 o'clock from 1 to 2, because
The
wrestling used to be on for
ladies.
an hour. So the lady wrestling would be like from 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning on like Saturdays. So it wasn't like no competition. They were all working together because they were basically the same entity, but not the same corporation, if that makes sense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no competition, but then when they started having a competition, that's when it was a little bit crazy. Because I was in Georgia,
Well,
like
yeah,
I didn't
and
watch.
I mean, most of the
No, go
fighters
ahead.
made it that way. No, I say most of the fighters made it that way too because all they felt like all they did for the WWE, and then Vince was just letting them walk for more money to another, so it giving them
Right.
the show gonna still keep going whether you with us or not. So it gave them the motive to want to make WCW bigger than WWE.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Y'all remember Lundra Blaze? Y'all remember when she came, she threw the title in the trash can?
Yeah. And Brett probably would have did the same thing too had he been able to keep the belt, because I was fucked up when he put him in the sharpshooter and he didn't tap out, but Vince planned it that way to still make him lose the belt, because
No,
he didn't want that to happen again, where it's another champ go to WCW with the belt.
Hey, I was just talking about that, Roy Lee. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, the championship belt was something that was real, and they was in competition for it.
Yeah.
So each company will be like, you know what I'm saying, if a wrestler decided to change the league or whatever, if he got the belt, he could take it with him. So what Vince was like, yo, like, you ain't gonna win and then go to another company and take my belt with you, because then we're not gonna have no belt. So in a sense, he had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it was right. I'm just saying that, to protect his own brand and company, he had to say, like, you can't take this belt with you. Because back in the day, it was a lot of companies that happened to, and they lost their whole company because they had no belt.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know that shit. Like, it's a lot of politics when it comes to this wrestling shit. Like, for real.
Like, one belt that's still around, and y'all niggas probably don't know, the AWA championship. That shit's still around. They still wrestle for that shit.
I gotta say though, WCW had the best world champion belt though.
I ain't been able to listen in from the beginning. I'll be kind of busy, but you think it's a conspiracy behind Chris Benoit?
Yeah, I think so. Low key.
It's like I would give that probably like a 20% chance, but it's just, I don't know, man. If the man has CTE and on top of being a known steroid user, it's kind of hard. I mean, his finisher was a flying head, but especially his WCW days, he did a lot of reckless, stunts.
I was trying to tell Ed that earlier.
Yeah, it don't surprise me one bit to hear that he had CTE. If you look at him, how reckless he was in WCW.
Hey, what was his name in WCW? Yeah. Was it Chris Benoit? Hey, Roy Lee, you remember his name in WCW? What was it? It was some Dynamite or something like that. I know it wasn't Dynamite Kid, but it was something back in the day when he was with WCW. I can't think of his name though.
You gotta look it up. Give me one second.
Chris Benoit is one of my favorite wrestlers. Kurt Angle. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Shit, Bret Hart, Undertaker, Rock, Goldberg. Even though Goldberg was messy, shit, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
I like them. I like all of them dudes for different reasons, though.
Hello, hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay, my bad. A call.
Oh, you good, bro?
Lou was asking me something.
The Canadian Crippler.
Oh, Crippler. Okay, I was about to say I didn't know it was Canadian in front of it, but I know he was a Crippler.
No, it was another name that he had before that.
I don't remember that one because it was either Chris Benoit one.
Yeah, it was something Kid. It was something Kid. I remember it was Kid. It might not even be Kid, but it was something. He was Dynamo Kid or something like that. Somebody know what
Dynamo Kid. I didn't know that was Chris Benoit though.
No, that Dynamo Kid was also British Bulldog tag team partner. The Dynamo Kid, Dynamite Kid.
I just remember the Crippler. I don't remember the Canadian in front of it. I just remember him being called the Crippler when I was watching. But
yeah,
he was with
he had a name like Stone Cold. Yeah, he had a name like Stone Cold because Stone Cold was stunning Steve Austin back.
Yeah, when he had the long hair.
Yeah, he was stunning Steve. So and during that time, Chris Benoit had. Wait, what'd you say?
I said let's call him Chris Benoit back then.
That's why I
Nah,
said
it was.
I only knew Chris Benoit and the Crippler. Like I said, that was when my time in knowing him on WCW was when he was with the Four Horsemen, and that's the most I
Yeah,
remember from him.
yeah, that was late. That was late, or I ain't gonna say late, but that was kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, that's
early
what I'm
late.
saying. Yeah, I was about to say it was kind of later.
Hey, shit, we is looking at the chat. Look, I see y'all. Rich News
So
to my
I
anybody
can't
fuck with Shawn Michaels and RVD. RVD still like that.
Oh, hold on.
I can't see the chat.
I'll put on the comments. Shit, ain't no thing. Oh, Rich News
No,
said nobody was
no
fucking with Shawn Michaels or RVD.
talent. Show ring wise, as a performer, I give what's his name, the Shawn Michaels. But as far as in the ring and stuff, talent wise, I think Bret Hart was a little bit better because Bret Hart could go aerial, he can go ground with you.
Man, fuck
Shawn
Bret
Michaels
Hart.
is. I ain't like Bret Hart personally neither. I'm a
Nah,
bigger
not
Shawn
fine,
Michaels
nigga.
fans than Bret. I'm a bigger Shawn Michaels fans too, but I can't deny that fucking Bret Hart ground game is better than Shawn
Hey yo,
Michaels.
what you? Hey, and why you hating on the excellence of execution? What? That's Look, that was
But
the
yeah, that's why I said
He ain't better than Shawn Michaels.
Bret
You
Hart didn't
wild.
have the stage persona like
You wild.
Shawn Michaels did. They was neck to
You
neck and
talking about
everything
Mr.
else.
WrestleMania, nigga.
hey, for real, hey, Roy Lee, you telling the truth on that though. Like Bret Hart, when he switched to heel, that's when his career went downhill because he was the baby face, and then when he turned heel, that's when everything went downhill for
He want to
Yep.
be a bad guy. He want to be a nigga. He want to get that nigga pussy. Shout out to Bret
What?
Hart for getting some nigga pussy. Yeah.
him. Hey, but you know what though? The crazy thing is that they didn't put the respect on the Hart Foundation, bro, because if it wasn't for the Hart Foundation, they wouldn't have found a lot of the talent that they got right now.
Yeah.
Because Bret Hart's dad, he trained a lot of the wrestlers that y'all look up, that a lot of the people look up to. During my era, during the Attitude Era, Bret Hart family is a dynasty, just like the Samoans. But the Hart Foundation or the Harts
You gotta
don't get
go
the
to that
same respect as
goddamn
the
dungeon.
Samoans. They
That
don't get the
dungeon
same
closed.
respect.
That's why.
Wait, say it again, because they what?
That dungeon closed.
Oh, y'all call it the dungeon now?
That's what they used to call that shit.
Oh, the dungeon. Oh, yeah. Back in the day. Hey, look,
That shit
the Hart.
closed now. That's why. Yeah, R.I.P. Owen Hart. Yeah, he died. Y'all remember when he died
Hey,
and shit?
now
He fell from the rap.
that's
They
now
killed
to
him too.
me.
That's another nigga
That's
that
a
got
now
off.
that's a conspiracy, bro. To me, because I'll give you I'll tell you why. After Owen Hart broke Stone Cold neck, and they had to pick up other stars to take his spot. They put Owen Hart in a fucked up role as a superhero with a mask
Mm-hmm.
and shit. And then they dropped the nigga from the sky and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was a hit. That's my conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? They put a hit out on Owen Hart, and they you know what I'm saying? That's my conspiracy. That's and another
Yeah,
conspiracy
like,
is
bro, right after that shit, bro, they just scraped them off the mat and they still had the fucking show.
yeah, for sure.
You supposed to cancel that shit.
Nah, but see, when you talking about a business, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it moving, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it moving. You
A
can't.
man died in
First
the
of all,
ring.
if I'm not mistaken, he didn't die instantly, did he? I thought on the way
He died
they kept it
instantly. When
going.
that
Nah,
nigga fell, that
Oh,
shit, he died. He died.
no, but they tried to say that he was alive till he made it to the back.
correct. That's
They
what I was
was
about
dead.
to say. I
But
don't think the
Dead.
wrestlers kept it going, not knowing that he was dead. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it wasn't
yeah,
known that he was. So you
Yeah,
can't
they
blame the
That's a whole
wrestlers. You know,
fucking
they
crime
didn't. They just wanted to
Blood
push
was
through
still
it
in
because
the
they.
ring.
Yeah, but you know how it is with some people. They just want to push through it. They felt like that's what he would have wanted them to do and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't do
Yeah.
that though. You saw yeah,
You
do y'all remember when DeMar Hamlin died on the field? Y'all remember when the dude died on the field, right? What they do? They cancel the fucking game, right? You supposed to cancel that event. I'm sorry, everybody, you gotta go home. A
I mean,
tragic
I
event
understand
just
that.
happened.
Just it's totally different when it's a
Motherfuckers
football
witnessed
game.
her
Is
death.
Bro, you talking about wrestling, bro. You talking about something that's performance anyway. So the show gotta go on. Like when you talk
exactly
about
like
sports, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because sports, you could, you know what I'm saying, the fight gonna end the game. You know what I'm
but
saying?
even
That's
like if you look at when Shawn Michaels fucked his back up against the Undertaker,
it said Bronny
he
died.
could have ended up not walking, but he somehow got it through that that match, and then he still ended up fighting WrestleMania. But if they just stopped him because they thought he was hurt, that's what made it kind of you couldn't tell if he was really hurt or faking it or not, because obviously his window was closing and Stone Cold was starting to open. So you didn't know if the injury was that severe or was he faking it? Then he ended up disappearing for 4 years. But the show gonna go on
Hey,
regardless. I mean,
hey, you talking about when Undertaker
That's
did the
crazy.
fraud, tried to do that dive outside the ring and landed on his
no,
head?
where he somersaulted him off the casket match where he didn't
Oh, okay.
clear the casket and his back ended up thumping when he threw him out the ring. His lower back ended up hitting the
Oh yeah, that was
casket.
broke his face open.
Yeah, that's what
Look,
ended.
hey,
They said
That's what
shut
caused him to be out for
up on
4 years.
yo, you gotta see the match
They
where
said low key
Undertaker,
he was in rehab. They said he was in
that
rehab.
nigga Undertaker did a front flip out the ring and landed on his fucking head. Him and
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
I
that's how he
know
tried
y'all
to jump on
seen that
Batista.
one. Yeah, and the cameraman
Yeah,
didn't
that's how he
catch
tried to
him.
jump on Batista at WrestleMania.
Yeah, hey, look, hey, and when it comes to like performance, shit like that, you can't end the show because you end the show on that, bro. You gotta refund all them
See,
motherfuckers money back on the tickets.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay for another show. You gotta do
the
another show for free.
the
You know what I'm
wrestlers
saying?
they're not gonna want to give up their money neither. You know.
Yeah. Like, hey,
they
shit, man.
traveled out here.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, like they could have. That show wasn't supposed to go on. That's a crime. See, the man blood was still in the
Okay,
ring.
but well, what's the difference between continuing it like a week after and then cause how you just brought up DeMar Hamlin in the NFL? Corey Stringer and a couple other guys have died in training camp. That don't mean the NFL gonna suspend the whole season.
That's different.
Like
That's
Reggie
different. That's
Lewis, Reggie
different.
Lewis died
Training
on the
making
in the
that man put
Reggie Lewis died. I mean, Hank Gather, the one guy fucking died in the basketball. I forgot what his name was. Died in college. The game kept on going. They thought the same thing too. Well, he died on the way to the hospital, but Reggie Lewis died. Like heart
man.
issues gonna most of the time. Most of them was heart issues too. So the ones that's harder to predict when you're running in a sport like that. So I mean, you can never really predict that shit. So it's kind of hard to say, oh, just stop the whole thing. But you from a different area.
Yeah, hey, and I'm gonna tell you
Come on.
something, bro. Hey, look, when shit like that happen, they not gonna tell everybody what the fuck happened. So the people that's involved in the event, they don't know what's going on. So all they trying to do is make sure that the event keep going. So they not gonna tell nobody shit unless they like up and close and personal. So when that shit happened, he was like,
Yeah.
all of us, we know he was dead. We saw that motherfucker dead. But they say he didn't die until he went to the back and shit. Like, no, he was dead. But they didn't want to stop the show, bro, because it was like you end the show on that type of shit, bro. I mean, and something that's performance,
Yeah.
it's something different, like. But I definitely get what you're saying because they were supposed to end it, but we can't go off of how we would do things.
I see what V asked about the favorite.
I feel you. It's my
Who the
team.
best tag team for tag teams? I gotta go with the Hardy Boys. That was my favorite tag team duo.
Hardy Boys.
I like the Hardy Boys.
I fuck with
But
the Steiners and
as
the
far as
Steiners and Road Warriors.
now, as far as groups, influential wise, when I was a kid, I can't. It's hard to not say the Generation X was the most influential because I mean we was in
They
elementary
said,
school throwing
yeah.
up that X, not even knowing. We used to get in time. We used to get into trouble for throwing up that X, not even knowing what that shit means.
Right. For
Some of
sure.
us suck.
They had kids saying "suck it," yeah.
Teacher be
I
mad
was a
as
little
shit.
bit I was a little bit older, so I didn't really like the Generation X that much. You know, I didn't like NWO that much.
Some of that too
I
vulgar.
was
NWO, which
I was
one? Because Black and Red
NWO
was
was like
cool.
that.
I didn't really care. Yeah,
God
yeah.
hating on
NWO,
God that
Black and Red, and Black and White. Black and White was deep though, but Black and Red it was only like Conan, Kevin Nash,
Sting.
Scott Hall, and Sting. Yeah, it was only like a 5-man. But
Scott
Black and
Hall.
White, yep. Black and White had like Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart. And shit. They had a bunch
Oh,
of
he
people.
talking about that was when they had the wolf pack. That was that
Yeah,
wolf
yeah,
pack.
Yeah.
yeah. The
The
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack,
That's
yeah.
when. And then you had the Latino World Order. They
The
even had a deep.
Latino World Order
Yep.
with Conan. Yep. Hey, the one dude
Conan.
that's why I got respect for Booker T. Cause Booker T was like, fuck all that.
Harlem Heat,
I'm who
nigga.
I am. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah, they were pretty in
But
it.
Booker T
Well,
wasn't supposed
just
to be no
because of
wrestler. He was supposed to be his
how
brother.
athletic Booker T was, the Harlem Heat was good to
the
watch
Harlem
too.
Heat.
Yeah,
Yep, the Harlem Heat.
just because somebody that big was so athletic.
Yeah. Hey,
Booker.
but you know what though? My favorite old school wrestler is Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons is my Ron Simmons, Farouk,
Oh yeah, I was
as
about to
they
say,
call
wasn't he
him.
with the Nation
That
of
nigga be like,
Domination? That's where I
yeah.
knew him from, the Nation of Domination. But I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like him because as far as me being a kid, I only know him for it kind of looked like he was hating that The Rock was starting to ascend, and when they was in the Nation of
Yeah.
Domination, he was the leader at the time, but you could see The Rock ascension, and you could see him kind of being a hater. I always looked at Ron Simmons as an old hater for that.
So he was hating.
Yeah. Hey, look, the first black champion, bro, Ron Simmons. I remember I watched it when he won it. You know what I'm saying? So Ron Simmons was one of those dudes that I was like, damn, like he the first black. That's the first time they let a black motherfucker win the belt. Like, and he ain't even want it. You know, he was like, oh, you giving me the belt? Like, yeah, you gonna be the first black champion. He was like, all right. So when he converted to the WWE, they turned him into a hater, like you said. They turned him into the hater. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and they had one of the most
Yeah,
useless fighters to me. He probably was. I just don't remember him for nothing else other than
He was
I
like
forgot what
that
he was
though,
when he
but
was a
bro,
Nation
you
of
must
God.
not see him in the NPA, nigga, the APA.
Nah, I ain't talking about Ron Simmons. I'm talking about the one who had the whole train. I think the Godfather was his
The
name.
Godfather.
Yeah. I'm like,
Godfather
what
You
was
is
talking
he
about
good
like
for?
that.
Hey, you talking about Papa Shango?
Godfather had a hole.
Yeah, I was about to say
Papa
all he was doing
Shanko,
was
nigga.
trading hoes to not get his ass whooped. That's all. And I was a
Hey,
kid, you like that's all he literally do. His only gimmick is to sell you a hoe so you don't have to fight him.
no, but do you remember Papa Shango?
Nah.
Hey, that's who he was. That's who he was before the
I mean,
Godfather. He was Papa
Boogeyman,
Shango. So if you look up Papa
Papa
Shango,
Shanko,
that's
nigga.
the Godfather. That's the
Oh,
Godfather.
see,
They just
I always put him like with cause another one who really his entertainment was more like that. It made him more than what his fighting was. He had a little run of Val Venus.
Oh, Val Venus, yeah, the Balboski, the big
Oh,
Balboski.
Yeah.
That's his name, man. Ain't no
Yeah,
pause. Come on.
I lumped all of them into the same category. It was more like
Val
they was
Venus
like
is
the
gay.
sex. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were more like sex symbols or something like that. It was just the sexual part
Oh,
of the show.
Okay, so wait, so what? Y'all don't like Ravishing Rick Rude? Because he was the sex symbol back in the day. Ravishing Rick Rude
hell
was
no.
Ravishing Rick Rude was a great
Yo,
technical
pause on
wrestler,
a
bro.
system.
I know Rick Rude, but
He was a
Oh,
great technical wrestler, bro. He the one who taught Ultimate Warrior how to wrestle. Macho Man and Ravishing Rick
Rick
Rude
Rude broke his
matches
neck.
were cold. Yeah, because he jumped out. Yeah, somebody did a jump and they rings was all fucked up. They had their rings mounted on posts and shit. Yeah, Ravishing Rick Rude
You want
was
to say something,
cold,
Bobo?
man. Like, he was like for the
Hey,
ladies and shit like that. But his wrestling technique was cold. Like he was.
yeah. See, you ain't really get exposed. I ain't get exposed to Rick Rude. I know if I didn't, I know Ant didn't. But because then Rick Rude passed away before the to 2000s, so he
Yeah,
had to
around
stop
that time.
wrestling. Yeah, he had to stop wrestling early 90s or something.
he
Yeah,
got hurt.
He was the enforcer for I think Shawn Michaels back in the day. I ain't for sure who he was an enforcer for somebody, and that's when he was done. But
He was done.
Yeah, he did used to be with DX and when it was just China. That's why I knew him. That was the only reason why I knew of him, because he was with DX with China when it was just China,
yeah,
Triple
yep.
H and Shawn
So it was
Michaels. That's
DX.
it. Yeah, so yeah, he was the fourth member, and then I think later
Get
on
back to the
the
conspiracy.
X Pac.
or something
Oh,
like
what'd you say in it? My bad.
that.
A high-profile celebrity death like one of the top performers in the world's biggest wrestling promotion is going to draw a lot of attention. This is a story that
Shit, freezing
has been
up.
told over and over again, but usually through the highly biased and
This shit play.
Hey, Ant, turn on your hotspot, bro.
Probably out on that porch, far away from the motor.
Yeah, turn your hotspot on, bro. On your tablet or computer or whatever you use, and turn the hotspot on so it'll get some more power so you can actually play the video. My bad. I'm just giving you a suggestion. I ain't telling you to do shit.
everything they released has been polished to fit the push narrative
So
and values
the
of the
one good
company.
thing.
The
There
Benoit
we go.
tragedy is one of the most talked about events in wrestling history, but some wrestling fans hardly give thought to the extreme mishandling of the investigation that gave it its infamy. If anyone watching is unfamiliar with the case or with the subjects as a whole, here's a brief crash course. Otherwise, you can take a look at our previous video. Chris Benoit was a Canadian technical wrestler who worked under many promotions, including
Y'all hear it?
ECW and WCW. But
It
as of
keep
the time of his
Yeah.
death in 2007, he was one of the biggest stars of the
lagging?
WWE. He had a raw
It's
Okay,
good.
hold on.
and technical
It's in between lagging now.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kiss My Chicks already on 360. Do I need to change on 240? Let me go to 240. Let's go to 240. God damn, 240 look bad. She said my frame rate too probably high.
Shit, or too low.
Shut up. Shit. All right, we're gonna just start the whole video. We're gonna start the whole video.
Minute, and then went to the door and I heard a scuffle or something. Yeah, I heard something like that.
A high-profile celebrity death like one of the top performers in the world's biggest wrestling promotion is going to draw a lot of attention. This is a story that has been told over and over again, but usually through the highly biased and carefully curated PR-cleared lens of the WWE.
We're gonna talk about it.
This multi-billion-dollar company has a history of clearing up events or people that would represent them in a poor light.
No, definitely not.
Which anyone who's familiar with the WWE will know. Means that everything they released has been polished to fit the push narrative and values of the company. The Benoit tragedy is one of the most talked about events in wrestling history, but some wrestling fans hardly give thought to the extreme mishandling of the investigation that gave it its infamy. If anyone watching is unfamiliar with the case or with the subjects as a whole, here's a brief crash course. Otherwise, you can take a look at our previous video. Chris Benoit was a Canadian technical wrestler who worked under many promotions, including ECW and WCW, but as of the time of his death in 2007, he was one of the biggest stars of the WWE. He had a raw and technical wrestling style, which was something that the promotion had been lacking since their shift back toward more gimmicky performers in the early 2000s. The difference in his style, his character, and his undeniable skill made him popular, and especially popular with the snarky older crowd. On June 25, 2007, a questionably composed wellness check in Fayette County, Georgia, where Chris had been living with his family at the time of their deaths, led to police finding the bodies of Chris himself, along with his wife, Nancy, and his 7-year-old son, Daniel. It was quickly determined by police that the scene they had found was indicative of a murder-suicide, so it's what was told to reporters. These reporters took what little information they had, plastered it anywhere they could to capitalize on a massive story.
We are now looking at this case and ruling it as a double murder-suicide involving WWE wrestler Chris Benoit.
And then it was gone. But evidently, the police really lost their handle on this investigation and maybe had no intentions of carrying out a truthful, in-depth investigation in the first place. Even a quick glance at the reports raises an eyebrow. It seems unfinished or almost too underexplained to be published investigation of an incredibly high-profile crime scene. Something is not quite right here, so we conducted some of our own research.
What I told you, Lou.
Before we get to the scene, let's piece together what had happened in the days before.
I'm gonna
One
wait
of the
till you
neighbors
pause
of the
it to
Benoit
talk.
family was Holly Schaeffer, who was personable and close with them and knew their schedules. She gave 2 different reports to the case. One verbal followed by one written. In her verbal statement, she explained the Friday morning before the murders. On Friday, June 22nd at 8:30 a.m., Holly saw Chris drop Daniel off at a horse riding camp, which he frequently visited during the week and was next to Holly's home. She said that Chris was driving erratically up the driveway to drop off Daniel. However, her written statement is slightly different. Rather than driving recklessly up the driveway to drop off Daniel, Holly wrote that Chris stopped at the end of the driveway. While this is a small detail, it may give some insight into how trustworthy Schaeffer's statements are. Later on Friday the 22nd, the Benoit family held a cookout at their home. Receipts for a grocery run at Publix from the 22nd were later found at the scene. One of the most significant alleged events comes from a statement made by fellow wrestler and good friend of Chris, Chavo Guerrero. He stated in WWE magazine that he had been speaking to Chris on the phone Friday night, and after about 45 minutes, Chris said that there was someone knocking on his door. He said that he heard some kind of a scuffle before the line from Chris's end went dead, although there is no concrete evidence of this phone call or article. On Saturday,
So we're gonna pause it right there. So what you guys say about that, Lou?
At this point, that's just hearsay if it's not no evidence.
You saying it's hearsay?
Yeah, if you can't provide evidence, it's hearsay. Ain't that how it normally run?
Yeah, but like shit, ain't nothing else going on in the case. They said they shut it down so fast, man. And then, like
Bro, look,
I said,
hey, look, hey, Anthony, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. It could have been so many it could have been so many stories that would have been told, and the only story that can be told is the one that's on paper.
That's why that's the one they want
But
you to hear.
No,
what is the story? What is the conspiracy behind covering what murdering Chris Benoit? What would be the conspiracy? Because he was on the decline on the way out. I mean,
You don't know,
yeah,
he probably pissed somebody off. You never know.
bruh. I'm
but
gonna
I
just tell
mean,
you this,
it's
bruh.
not impossible to believe that CTE and all that could have been his, was the catalyst for him because, like I said, with the flying headbutts, it wasn't no concussion protocol didn't even exist back then in anything, whether it was football, basketball, or nothing. Like now, you can see that even basketball players are getting concussions because Wemby just got one. That wasn't in the '90s or nothing like that. You saw players hit the hardwood all the time, and they just get back up and play.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you something, bruh. Them concussion shit is real, bruh. When you get a
Right?
concussion, you are not in your right mind if you stay woke. You just knocked your consciousness out of existence,
That's
and
what I'm saying. No matter
you're just
how
moving off
fake
an
it is.
instinct.
Yep. No
You're
matter how
moving.
fake that wrestling is or whatever, the head is one of the softest parts of your body, and he literally flying off the top rope, headbutting people.
Yeah, but
Hey, peep this, bruh. When you get a concussion, bruh, and you perform or do something on a regular basis, routine, you're gonna do that shit regardless to if you in your right mind or out of your right mind because you're programmed to do it. So
yeah,
when they get concussions, they gonna keep going regardless. They like, I got it, I'm good because that's what they do. That's their job. That's what they do every single day. So they not even in their right mind, but subconsciously they doing what they supposed to do.
Yeah. Not to mention the painkillers and everything to make you get through the show. On top of the concussions, then the
I ain't
personal life because
Hey,
they say even before that him and his wife was on the brink of divorce and stuff, so he was already having marital issues on top of all the other stuff he dealing with. Then it's his brain, he had the Alzheimer's of like a 85-year-old by the time they did the autopsy, which shouldn't have been no surprise, but I mean,
right. Yeah, and you gotta think of it logically, bro. Like think about it like this. If you've been doing something for 30, 20, just say you've been doing something for 10 years, right? Every day faithfully, and something happened to you fucked up, you're still gonna do what you do regular because that's what you used to doing. Regardless of to where your mind is at, you're gonna just always do that. So that's what happens when you get a concussion, bro. When you get a concussion, if you play basketball, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna get up and play basketball. You fucked up.
Tell you fucked
I mean,
up. He's stupid.
you saw
that's
how
what I
Wimby
said.
got up.
I was about to say, you see how, but even with Wemby, if you look like on Twitter and stuff, you
Women
hear
had
all the
sleep.
older fans calling him soft because they were used to, when the bad boys hit you, when knocked you on the hardwood, Michael Jordan here slammed the ground, he got back up and played. Like concussion protocols didn't exist back then. I'm pretty sure they would have started to do. Wemby didn't just go to the bench and say, I don't want back in the game. He said the concussion protocol sucked, so he was complaining
Yeah,
about it. So
yeah,
just like you said, if he had his way, he would have played in the game. The game after they didn't let him play.
yeah. Cause, bruh, like you want to do what you look. You don't look as men. We don't want to seem like we fucked up or we weak and shit. So we gonna play at our weakest
Right
and
now.
at our strongest. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna play fucked up. Shit.
I
Hey,
feel
look,
you.
think how many. Hey, look, Muhammad Ali, nigga, got beat up his whole life, and then he won and he lost, and the nigga still was fighting, even though he knew that it was gonna fuck with him. And he still fought to the end, bro.
And I'll tell
Like,
you another one who got a lot of credit for, and now he paying the price for it, and he's still alive. But if something might happen to him bad, he feel. But now he got Parkinson's. Is on Brett Favre. Brett Favre played through anything, and now it's catching up to
Yeah.
him. He can barely. He can't stop shaking. He shakes uncontrollably now.
Ah,
yeah,
No, he was
Well,
stealing the damn money. That's why. Fucking thief.
I think that's a little bit
I
of
was about
karma,
to say,
but
I knew you was gonna say that. Yeah.
I was gonna say that too.
Everybody gonna say that. Yeah.
That nigga was stealing the welfare checks. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, that's a play right there. Nigga, ain't nobody said nothing to that white motherfucker. They talking about somebody running plays. That's king play right there.
Yeah, so he should be able to do his $50 drop. Shit. Brett Favre stealing millions from.
Hey, and guess what? You did the play kind of fucked up though. You wasn't supposed. Hey, hold on. Just hear me out. You wasn't supposed to fuck over the people that you cool with. You were supposed to only fuck up the people that you got an issue with.
It was that nigga money. It wasn't nobody else money. It was
Wait,
that
I was about to say, I'm confused. Who else he did? That's what I was about to say. I thought
it was that nigga money.
Hey, it was his
still
money.
Did fuck up though, because you kind of let it that was something you should have took to the grave, which you had kept it going. You know how many times you probably would have been able to pull that off multiple times had you not just got upset and just released that shit that time.
Yeah, hey, look, you only supposed to hurt.
It was too late already.
Okay, so look, peep this. What I'm trying to tell you is you don't never cross the people that look out for you. You always cross out the people that don't look out for you. So when you do it, it be like, well, you didn't like the motherfucker anyway, so all right, I can expect it. But when you hurt people that you cool with, it's different. So you gotta know how to separate the play. You know what I'm saying? You gotta separate the play, bro. You don't hurt the people that you cool with. You hurt the people that you ain't cool with. So when you hurt them, it's like, oh well, he wasn't cool with the motherfucker. So he took
it down the middle.
Nah, nigga. When you do
I keep it down the middle.
Saturday the 23rd, the day after the cookout, Chris told Chavo over the phone that the family had gotten sick with food poisoning. An internet search was made on Saturday at about 4 p.m. All it said was Elijah. There are two theories surrounding this search. One, that the intention was to find Elijah the prophet, and the other that it was to find Elijah Burke, who was the last person to wrestle Chris before his death. This will become important as we dive into the scene of the crime. All afternoon, Chris is speaking on the phone with the neighbor Holly and with Chavo. He tells Holly that Daniel and Nancy had food poisoning, so Daniel won't be coming to the camp. And he tells Chavo that he overslept and missed his flight for an event. Holly stated that it was out of the ordinary for Chris to call her. It was not uncommon for him to call Chavo, however. Chavo said that Chris sounded groggy over the phone.
Call right back. Hey, Chavo. Hey, what's up, man? He sounds just off.
A text from Nancy to Chris was sent around 4:50 a.m. on Sunday, June 24th, and appeared to have been written by Nancy. However, it didn't show up as a received message on Chris's phone. More on this shortly. Later on Sunday morning, Chris would text Chavo.
Hey, Anthony, pause it real quick.
Armstrong, a referee, stating Chris's home address. It appeared to be instructions for coming to the house, and said that the dogs would be in the enclosed.
What's up?
Who is she? She looked like somebody that's familiar in wrestling. Who is she? Because she was in wrestling too. I know that face.
That was Lady.
His wife.
That was Lady. Yes, nigga.
Oh, okay. Now, okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because she looked familiar to much. So that was Lady.
Yeah, he stole. You know who he stole her from.
Hey, I'm about to have a lot of background noise, so I'm gonna get back in the chat. I'm gonna be listening. Shit.
I got you.
Good chopping up with y'all.
Oh yeah. That's always for sure, Roy Lee. Yeah, so that's Lady.
Chopping it up. Hey, yeah, you know,
Lady.
she was going out with she used to go out with the promoter. She was going out with the promoter and shit. And then he stole it from the promoter and shit. That's what I'm saying. He kind of held a grudge to this day, like towards them niggas for that shit. Cause she was cheating on him with Chris.
Yeah, and cheating on Chris. Somebody else.
Yeah. That's how she was, man.
Yeah, lately she was bruh, she brung her character to life. I remember, lady. Now that you say her name, I remember all the
And the
shit.
garage side door would be open. The same messages were sent.
No, you good, bro. Go ahead.
I got you.
From Nancy's phone. Thinking that the messages, along with Chris's behavior and claim that his family was sick, were concerning, Chavo and Scott reported them to WWE representatives, who would then call for a welfare check on the family. At about 2:30 p.m. on Monday, June 25th, 2007, Officer Donna Mundy responded to a call for a welfare check on Chris's residence, 130 Green Meadow Lane. Mundy reported being unable to enter the property because the dogs were loose, although the text had said that they would be locked up. But what makes this concerning is that the officers didn't properly enter the house. In fact, rather than calling for a canine handling unit or backup, they instead asked Holly Schrepfer, the neighbor, to enter first and contain the dogs. This not only endangers an outside party, but it also contaminates the scene. This would be the catalyst for an incredibly shoddy investigation. The police report stated that Holly went inside the home, ran upstairs to look for Daniel, and came back out after having discovered his body. Here is everything that they found inside. Nancy, having reportedly been killed before Daniel and Chris, was found in an upstairs room next to a pillow and a Bible. Her hands had been bound together and then around her throat with a coaxial cord, and her feet were bound together with black tape, which was found at the home. Investigators theorized that, based on the level of decomposition, Nancy must have died on Friday the 22nd. But something they didn't take into account was that the room she was in was incredibly warm at 82 degrees, which could have led to a faster decomposition and indicated that she may have died later. Daniel was found in his room lying in a sleeping position in his bed. His room was cooler than the first, but still warm enough.
You said what, Lou?
No, I said right. When it warm temperature dead body, decomposition is faster.
So she could have died that same. Okay.
He could have did it the same day.
Damn.
Cause he when you wanna, that's, don't you notice when the funeral shit, they put motherfuckers in the ice box to keep decomposition at a low.
Yeah, keep the body from stinking.
Yeah, cause heat make it. You ever smelled a dead body before?
Fuck no. Lou, I ain't know.
Oh well. I'm just asking. Have you smelled one before? Because when it's hot outside and the dead body outside, you know what it smells like if you smelled it before.
Hell no.
So if it's, yeah, I'm familiar. That's why my bad. Go ahead.
I'm like, you gotta smell the dead body. Like, nigga, what the fuck?
I'm gonna shut up.
It stinks. Nigga kill nigga.
Hey, bro, listen, bro. You know what a dead body smell like, bro. I'll just say that it's a distinctive smell. You know it when you smell it, and you can smell it from almost a block away if it's a hot place.
Damn.
If it's hot, you can smell it a block away, maybe two, depending on how good your senses is.
Maybe two.
maybe two. Yeah, maybe two. You be able to smell it.
You about to get the stinking like that.
They got a distinct smell, bro. Trust me. Trust me. It got a distinct smell.
I got you. You said the bodies get the stinking.
To speed up the process of decomposition at 72 degrees. He was not bound, but he was found with another Bible, a children's Bible, propped against his hand. One of the strangest details about Daniel was an alleged needle mark on his arm, which was put into the police report. However, it was later determined by a report from Nancy's sister that this was untrue, and why it was reported originally is unclear and suspicious. Chris's body was found in the basement on one of the weight machines. Within the case reports, the officers stated that Benoit was upright when he was found, but in a later case summary, they stated that he was hanging. It's possible that this was just a differing opinion as to how he was positioned, although it is far from the only discrepancy between all of the reports. He was found with small traces of dried blood on his nose and finger, but according to the case files, investigators were unable to collect any of the dried blood to test for DNA. The reason why? A lieutenant made the decision to transport the bodies prior to collecting samples of the suspected dried blood. But once the body got to the lab, the dried blood had disappeared, which seems like a very strange decision and detail.
Might wipe them fingers
During the
off.
examination, the doctor found a few more questionable things. During an examination of Chris Benoit's body, Dr. Eisenstadt notes slight abrasion on both of Chris Benoit's legs, left foot, left arm and hand, and right hand. Dr. Eisenstadt described a loop black hole from the weight machine located around Chris Benoit's neck, as well as a torn white towel that was wrapped around Chris Benoit's neck and taped together. Did someone tape it together, or did he do it by himself? But why would a person committing suicide care to put a towel around their neck to protect themselves from a bruise? And why was this not reported before? Let's keep going. A final Bible was found in a box with Chris's belongings that was sent to his first wife, which
All these
contained
Bibles
a suicide
it's
note
like a
in
mob
Chris's
hit.
handwriting. The note said, "I am preparing to leave this earth." While this may seem cut and dry, especially
You owe
after the
somebody some
extremist
money.
handling of the reports, there are many other strange and suspicious things about the reports from the crime scene. Empty cases of beer and wine were found in the trash at the home, but a toxicology report stated that neither Chris nor Nancy had alcohol in their system at the time of their death. However, the Publix receipts that were found confirmed that Nancy had purchased the alcohol along with the food for the cookout in the days prior. Unfortunately, no DNA testing was done on the beer cans or wine bottles, despite them being empty. If not Nancy and Chris who drank it, why didn't they test it? There were also steroids and painkillers found in the home, which weren't found in Chris's system, but receipts for these prescriptions collected by Nancy were in the home. There was a bloody sock taped with hair stuck to it that was determined to be a makeshift gag found in the kitchen trash can. It was tested for DNA and confirmed that it had been used on Nancy, but it did not have Chris's DNA on it. In the reports, it was stated that detectives had found a black-handled knife underneath Daniel's bed on the day they had discovered the bodies, which was Monday. It was unused and clean when taken in for processing, but still strange. A later report said that investigators returned to the scene a week later on Tuesday, July 3rd, and that was the day they had collected the knife. This seems like a very odd piece of evidence to leave behind if it was found and processed on Monday, but even stranger if it truly wasn't found until a week later. This leaves time for it to be tampered with, along with many other mishandled pieces of evidence. Lastly, detectives went to Wachovia Bank to retrieve Nancy Benoit's safety deposit box with a search warrant. They took the entire plastic container and its contents from the bank to their office. And what was found were pictures of Nancy seemingly with injuries to her face. But, however, the detectives determined this wasn't from Chris, but from a previous relationship. After the initial scene, the extended investigation somehow left even more questions unanswered. Schrepfer, the neighbor, was a reasonably important part of the Benoit's personal lives. She reported that she was close with the family, particularly with Nancy. She said that Nancy often confided in her while she and Chris fought, including specific details about the family's habits and fights, which does paint a picture of familiarity. As you might recall, when Holly first entered the home, the police report stated that she had gone straight to Daniel's room and only found his body. However, in her written report about the case, she states that she had found both Daniel and Nancy. Though the original police report indicates that she said she only found Daniel, it seems unlikely that if she had seen Nancy as well, she would forget to say so. Others were questioned on Nancy's behalf, namely a friend named Pam Clark and Nancy's sister, Sandra Toffolini. Both women reported that Chris and Nancy fought often, but around the time of the murders, they had been fighting about money, insurance, specifically life insurance, and the integrity of their relationship.
We got all the
Nancy was reported to have been afraid that Chris was cheating on her with one of the female performers at WWE, citing a second cell phone, a burner phone, which interestingly was found at the crime scene. Why were some things left untouched? Why were things forgotten about accidentally or purposefully? Mistakes and missed evidence like this led to a shoddy, unreliable report because so many things went unanswered and more details only led to more confusion while many theories are attempting to make sense of the case. Oftentimes, the internet is the first to hear about anything that happens, so their opinions and guesses become the first ones shared. One such theory originating from the internet involves Nancy's ex-husband and retired wrestler, Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin, doesn't life suck?
This is not the horrible act that's gonna happen.
Kevin Sullivan was my dude, bruh.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That I am gonna do something horrible.
Kevin Sullivan, that was my guy. I fuck with Kevin Sullivan. That was my dude.
He was a bad guy. Yeah, that's what this whole shit takes a turn, man.
Man, hey, look. I'm gonna just say this, bro. These motherfuckers gonna put out everything that they can about this motherfucker, but at the end of the day, this motherfucker was taking medicine and all type of shit.
All them niggas was though.
Hey, so thank you. That's my point. So all of these niggas is suspect and all the shit that go on because all of these motherfuckers fuck with each other. So you don't know who to point, your finger at, or none of that shit. It's all the same shit.
You saying it's all the same shit.
It's all the same shit, bro. I mean, come on. Hey, look, Macho Man was about to fight this nigga Hulk, bro. Macho Man and Hulk Hogan had a real fight over Elizabeth, and Elizabeth was this nigga Macho Man real wife. And they went along with the story to keep the business going. So I mean, I'm just saying, like this shit all tied together, bro. This is called damage control, bro. Hey, I don't know who video. I don't know who video you watching, but this is a troll nigga, bro. Like he don't know the history.
This is a troll nigga.
Yeah, this is a troll nigga, bro.
Shit, not a troll.
Hey,
they talking about troll niggas.
Alright, look.
We was saying that's a troll, but you seen that goddamn Kevin Sullivan as well.
Bro, Kevin Sullivan was a dirty motherfucker. He was a dirty motherfucker on wrestling and in real life. But his character was what I related to. So I was cool with Kevin Sullivan. I already knew, bro. Think about it. The king, you remember King Jerry King Lawler?
Yeah.
He was married to the cat. That was his wife. The cat, you remember the cat?
No, I don't know her.
Bro, you will remember her when she wrestled with Trish Stratus. The cat. She was a
the fuck is the cat?
I can't think of her fucking name. It was a young lady Jerry King Lawler had married. Her name was the cat. She was Stacy Keibler. Was it Stacy Keibler? No, it wasn't Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler was with Tess, and no, but it was somebody that was with Stacy Keibler who Jerry King Lawler was married to when she was young.
She was young. He's stupid.
Hey, so have you ever heard of the story of Stephanie McMahon and Macho Man?
Hell no.
It's legend that Stephanie McMahon used to fuck with Macho Man back in the day.
What the fuck?
It's, I mean, you know. I'm not pushing no narratives. I'm just going off of what the stories that I heard. So, yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh, he heard, goddamn. Looks like this nigga a troll. I'm trying to tell you, he got that Jones, man.
Kevin Sullivan was a considerably noteworthy performer in WCW. He was often involved with creative decisions and is currently consulted for his takes on current wrestling affairs. But in his prime performing days in the ring, he played a satanic character called the Prince of Darkness. While a wrestler's character is obviously separate from themselves outside of the ring, there are still odd cases of life imitating art, which gives a bit of depth to the conspiracy of Kevin Sullivan's involvement. Kevin and Nancy were married in real life and also part of the Dungeon of Doom faction, where they played the roles of Prince of Darkness and Fallen Angel. As mentioned earlier, Kevin influenced the creative department and was therefore partially responsible for a written romantic angle that involved his wife becoming involved with Chris Benoit, who was the conspiracy that Kevin was responsible for the Benoit family's deaths weighs on two major points. Kevin had a rough past with Chris, and the murders took place approximately on the 10th anniversary of Kevin and Nancy's divorce. Kevin was an alleged Satanist, and coincidentally, there are many religious themes throughout the case. This was one of the first shared conspiracies behind the tragedy, and it seems that the most predominantly this idea was suggested and pushed by Johnny Lee Clary. Clary isn't exactly the most trustworthy source, having not given his own sources for his claims, but the idea still gained traction. If believing that Sullivan was the one responsible, it would be built on a couple of key points. Chavo had said that while on the phone with Chris, he told him there was a knock on the door and there was an audible scuffle afterwards. This could suggest that whoever was responsible, be it Kevin or someone hired by Kevin, entered the home then. If it was someone that the family knew, then that could explain why they were able to enter the home by knocking on the door. First, there were no signs of forced entry based on the investigation, so whoever was responsible for the murders in this theory would be a welcome guest, or at least a familiar one, or had help from a familiar one. And remember, the dogs were supposed to be locked up in the enclosed pool area, but were suddenly let out loose. Next, some of the unanswered and suspicious questions, like the empty beer cans and empty wine bottle in the trash. The weird thing is, alcohol didn't come up in the family's autopsy. The only trace of alcohol that was found was in Nancy's body due to decomposition. Also, the Bibles at the scene could be tied back to another person being at the home at the time of the murders, in this case suggesting it would have been Kevin Sullivan. There were also no bruises on the family or other signs of struggle or a fight. In this kind of case, the perpetrators could have drugged or held the victims at gunpoint. As mentioned earlier, painkillers and anxiety medication, all prescriptions picked up by Nancy, were found in the systems of herself and Chris. This could have been what was used to sedate them. According to the scene summaries, Nancy and Daniel were killed first and Chris died last. In this theory, the last phone call to Chavo where Chris states that he loved him in a strange and groggy tone would have been the final goodbye message before Chris himself was killed. Alternatively, there's another theory suggesting that the reported time of death was inaccurate. The temperatures in Nancy and Daniel's rooms were unusually warm, implying that the bodies may have decomposed at a faster rate than usual. This could potentially mean that the Benoit family passed away simultaneously or closer in time than initially thought. Afterward, the strange text from Chris and Nancy's phone stating their address would be sent by the killers to lead them to the scene. Finally, these strange searches on the computer for Elijah. The last page found on Chris Benoit's computer was the prophet Elijah. The prophet Elijah's story explains that he resurrected the son of a widow by pleading to God for his soul to return to his body, in order to give the widow faith in God. Perhaps this, along with the Bibles, was a sick way to mock God? While this theory gives the story a motivation and the play-by-play of an elaborate true crime murder, it is still nothing more than a theory.
That's a fallacy about those Haitians. That's not true.
Kevin himself responded to the claims, saying, in short, that he thought the accusations were absurd and that the public had bought too much into his Satanism gimmick. He even stated that he was a devoted Catholic. Still, large accusations or not, jealousy and revenge are incredibly common motivations for extravagant actions, especially on theory that Kevin Sullivan had anything to do with this tragedy is mere speculation.
But now comes this mysterious Wikipedia posting at midnight on Sunday.
A man named Matthew Greenberg, someone who has since been labeled a Wikipedia hacker by Concussion Inc., updated the Wikipedia page about Nancy Benoit's death a full 14 hours before the crime had been made public.
What?
When the IP address of the poster was traced, it led to Greenberg, who lived only a minute away from the WWE headquarters in Connecticut. There isn't a lot known about Greenberg or why he had this information so quickly, so the suspicion behind this update remains. On June 29th, investigators received a fax from WWE with a chat log from the 24th.
That's a
At
hit,
about 8
nigga.
p.m., a user by the name of Gob the Illusionist sent a message stating that Chris Benoit's wife had died. Other users in the chat room theorized that Chris was responsible. And remember, all of these messages were sent the day before the public had been made aware of the family's deaths. The theory raises a lot of questions. How did these users have this information, and why were they so adamant that Chris killed her? If my favorite athlete missed a game because their wife was sick, I don't think I would jump to the conclusion of murder. But there are still so many unanswered questions. Who is Matthew Greenberg, and did he have some involvement with the WWE? Why would this post be made before the public had been made aware of the deaths? What would the motivation be if the WWE had somehow been responsible for them? Overall, this is once again nothing but a theory made in an attempt to explain a terrible thing with no definite answers. Since news broke about Chris Benoit's death, the public has not been shy about what they think about it. Aside from the theories that Chris wasn't the one responsible, there is still a lot to be said and discussed about the state of his health when he died. What is certain is that the family died over that weekend, and the investigation wasn't carried out 100% thoroughly. The autopsy, however, did prove to be extremely important in the case and brought up things about wrestling that aren't often talked about for public relation reasons above all else. The autopsy showed that Chris had chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, which is a brain condition that develops after repeated head injuries, like the ones collected by wrestlers throughout their careers. Based on what Nancy's friends and sister reported, Nancy said that Chris displayed a lot of the symptoms of CTE within the year of his death. Older text messages from Nancy to Chris in May of 2007 give some insight to what their life and relationship was like at the time. One stated that Nancy was tired of Chris's recent behavior and that he was passive-aggressive and abusive.
Damn.
This could be an indicator that his condition was developing or worsening and that it was affecting how he was treating his wife. One of the most telling symptoms of CTE is aggression and loss of impulse control, something Nancy reported he had been displaying. Another one of the common symptoms is confusion or delusion, which heightens the anxiety and suicidality too. Nancy's sister Sandra said that Chris would take tons of different routes to places he went to frequently, like the gym and the airport, out of fear of being followed. With the state of his degenerative brain condition, Chris could have experienced a bout of uncontrollable anger followed by some kind of religious psychosis or delusion. Sandra also said that she believes Chris totally blacked out and when he realized what he'd done, went out of his mind. When considering all of the stressful factors leading up to the tragedy of the murders, like Chris's mental health, the state of his marriage, the recent deaths of his friends such as Eddie Guerrero, and so on, the reality of what must have happened becomes more clear. But there are still these theories of cover-ups and conspiracies regardless of what the truth is. If accepted as fact, Chris Benoit being responsible for the deaths of his family creates a narrative of wrestling being unsafe and more specifically that WWE does not take proper care of their performers. If CTE is the ultimate deciding factor in the case, it suggests that the deaths were caused by untreated brain injuries that came as the result of working within the WWE. The company does not want to hold any responsibility for the tragedy. It could explain why their response was so strange, to paint Benoit as evil, as unmentionable, scrubbing him from everything that they could, even though it is far more likely that Benoit was severely damaged and unhealthy than he was evil. Despite the feeling that everyone has their own definitive answer as to what happened, there are still many things that haven't been answered. Like, why some of the evidence was never tested for DNA? What happened on the phone call with Chavo? Why Matthew Greenberg knew about Nancy's death? Who assaulted Nancy in those photos? One of the most important takeaways from this case will be remembering to question narratives and think critically about information. Official reports, ones that should be the most trustworthy sources, were inconsistent, incomplete, and generally suspicious in this case. Thinking about and discussing tragic stories can reap rewards and further investigations, but it's also important to remember that these are real people. So with that said, engage, discuss, think about it, but let's keep it nice and friendly, or I'll steal your shoes. Also remember to like the video, subscribe, turn notifications on, and interact with those.
Yeah, y'all help my boy out, man. Give us
that's a troll, bro. That's a troll, nigga.
Ain't no fucking troll. Ain't no fucking troll, nigga. You saying this is troll when your man's getting hit and shit.
Who was my man? Cause I ain't proclaimed nobody.
Kevin Sullivan.
No, I just said Kevin Sullivan was a good bad guy. That's all I said.
Was a good bad guy.
He was a good bad guy. You know, we talking about performance. He was a good bad guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
we got some more. We got some more. This is what they don't want us to know. Shit. What they doing? He's doing it's a troll. And Lou, you ain't shit.
hey, I'm just saying, bro. Like,
you said that shit fast as a troll.
Hey, look, hey, peep this, bro. You talking about somebody who saw this shit with his own eyes. He might be younger than me and just going over the shit because he sees something. But I was there to witness it.
That he accused his own daughter of trying to set him up during one of their rare outings together.
Wrong video.
For sure, the wrong video.
Antics. That he accused his own daughter of trying to set him up during one of their.
Hold on, we're gonna say that for later. Hold on, stop. God damn. Let me stop sharing the screen, man. I think we done here.
No, hey, look, and I'm not with you or against you. I just have an opinion that the medicine and the motherfucking steroid shit fucked him up. That's just my opinion. He did something out of he got up in his emotions because of some marital shit, and he went crazy, and he just did some crazy shit. Now, if he had some insider information, maybe I would have a different opinion, but it wasn't no insider or nothing. It just three people they got killed in one house. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Chill, look, you put it on a bad light. God damn. Well, shit. I guess I can share the screen. I know how to share the screen and shit now. But shit, y'all, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Shout out to goddamn Lou coming through. He know about wrestling. I'm gonna start another live. I'm gonna go live a little bit later. Probably like 7:30.
All right, bro. You have a good day, bro. Let me say my goodbye.
I'm gonna come back probably at 7. We'll come back at 7. Give me 30 minutes.
I appreciate you for letting me up. I'm gonna drop down. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro. You already know. Salute, brother. Salute.
For sure.
Salute, man. This was the story of Chris Benoit, y'all. I know I did it kind of janky, but you know, we got through it, man. We doing conspiracies and all shit. I think, man, I don't know. I think they put a hit out on my boy, man. I think they put a hit out on him. But we never know. So that's what I'm saying. We'll never know. They already dirtied up his name. So shit, even if they do find the killer, his name already dirtied up. So shit, we'll never know. Shout out to everybody that came through. I'm gonna go live like 7:30. Right now, I'm gonna go live at 7. Y'all give me 30 minutes. I'm coming right back.